What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Broke Creatives Podcast. Jarrett, where are you?
I'm over here.
Over here. Over here. Over here. Yeah, we are on separate sets. Unfortunately? Fortunately? What is it? I don't know.
I don't even know.
But we have had a very, very, very impactful, long, experimental week, I would say, Jarrett.
Yeah, it's been something.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I would say that we have definitely pushed the limits here at Wordplan Studios.
Yeah.
As you can see, I am on a completely different set than Jarrett is, and we are actually doing this thing from both sets, which is super awesome. Jarrett, we have done so many things this week.
We've recorded like 3 or 4 different podcasts now at this point, I think, separately from ours.
Yeah.
We've recorded a couple different ones. We've had live events. We've done a couple live events now. We've had one that was just this last weekend. It was absolutely crazy. We had we had stage decks in here. We had speakers. We had chairs. We had a bunch of people. I think we recorded probably over 60 videos. Now that I think about it, it was about 60 videos.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
it was fun, though.
There were 16 people.
18
people.
Yep.
And we were recording at the same time in 2 different rooms.
Yeah.
Recording audios to the control room at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had a live recording that morning.
Yeah.
Live switching, all the fun stuff. Our live production peeps would absolutely enjoy what we did this week.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of fun. I would say that it was like, I don't know. How do you say it? It's like getting back into it after it's been a while. There's a phrase for it, like a whatever, but
back in the groove.
Yeah, getting back in the groove, kind of. I mean, I think that because it's been a minute since I've done live. I mean, I do random live production things here and there, but it's like, for example, this weekend we're going to remember the tour that I talked about, like on episode 1.
Ooh.
We're actually going to see the tour. Yeah, we're going to see it this weekend. It's going to be so much fun.
You guys should come along with us.
I mean, it's in Shreveport, so if you want to come to Shreveport, get tickets. Go to the website.
Comment down below. Contact us.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Fun.
But anyways, so yeah, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. But I think the crazy thing is that we've pushed the limits with all of the equipment that we have in the studio because we aren't set up to do a whole live production thing. I mean, we have lights, we have cameras, we have prompters, we have all of the things, but we aren't set up to do full scale productions that we've done in the past. So I think, Sean, I swear.
Got him.
Oh man,
we're gonna have fun today.
This is why we can't sit next to each other.
Yes,
because it was gonna be either him poking me or
I
doing
have to
something.
mess with Jarrett some way somehow. I had to find a way. Thank you, William, for helping me today. William.
Okay, the great thing is now that we're doing this and we're actually using a switcher and all the things, so now I look behind the camera and there's the multi-viewer, and I literally just saw Will thumbs up the camera with his camera that's in there, which is like,
let's go.
I don't even know what's happening.
Yes, I love it.
Anyways,
I love it. We're having fun today.
All that to say, that's an example of all the things right now, is we're literally expanding what we're doing here. We've been doing all kinds of stuff, but having, the live switch happening, Will's in the control room now doing this, which is great. And I'm going to get you, William. It's going to be game over.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, we've been doing a lot of live events. And honestly, one of the things I could say is like I was saying, we're not set up fully to do live events the way that like a lot of places are. But one of the things I was talking to you about earlier, which is so strange to me that he disagrees here. And so we'll let him defend himself. But you don't have to have expensive equipment to make a lot of money. You don't have to have the nicest stuff. The statement that I said that he disagrees with is you a person that takes an iPhone and goes and records footage and creates content and stuff and makes $20,000 is way more richer and successful than a person that has a red package and can only make $5,000 off of it.
Does it have to be a red package?
It can be whatever kind of package you want, but you get what I'm saying. Like
I do.
Just because you have
I'm trying to be funny, and I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, well, just because you have a red package does not mean that you automatically make money. You automatically make better videos than anyone else. You automatically know how to market. You automatically know how to network with people. You automatically know how, like, you, just because you can like, I can, you know, have $20,000 in my bank account and go buy a super nice camera, or I could not have any camera and go just buy have an iPhone and that's it.
Yeah. That's
and
fair.
I could go be way more successful than a person that just has a nice camera but doesn't know how to do anything. Like, doesn't know how to communicate with people, doesn't know how to network, doesn't know how to sell, doesn't know how to grow and expand past what they're doing currently.
Yep. No. You got me. Yes, I agree. One of the biggest things that I personally struggled with from the very beginning is exactly that. I thought I needed the best of the best of the best of the best. Until I realized very quickly that your gear does not determine how good you are as a videographer, photographer, a creative. You have to build your skill set, your network, and your mindset to be successful.
Yeah.
It has nothing. And that's one of the hardest things for me to understand till this day is like the guys that have the best equipment. Jarrett, we are very blessed to have a lot of people in our lives that have massive amounts of camera gear and equipment that we can reach out to and ask them to come shoot with us and do all these crazy things if we need it. But where we are currently sitting at in our lives personally, Jarrett, is we are learning the marketing side of things.
Yeah, that's
a side of things that you've experienced before.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that we don't know.
Yeah.
And in order to know these things, we have to surround ourselves not with the equipment, not with the studio things, but with the people.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and I was telling, we were talking with Josh earlier today, is I think that a lot of people, the thing that they struggle with the most, and even on his podcast, because the way that we have it set up, I mean, you guys saw Will a second ago in the control room, but the way that we have it set up is like he's actually able to talk with us in the control room as well throughout the entire thing. Yeah. But I think one of the things that he asked about, and one of the things that I talked about, is why are entrepreneurs or new business owners, and this even applies to creatives, like why are they afraid of taking, you know, that next step or growing or scaling, whatever, or saying something? And I really think that it's people are afraid of being wrong, and so just because they don't want to be wrong, they just don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
But even with networking, it's like they're afraid to make the wrong first impression, and I think that with making the wrong first impression, they just don't make any impression at all because they just choose to not go and meet people. And I think that's one of the things with creatives specifically that a lot of times can be like a roadblock in growth for a creative.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting to think about. I mean, I remember we started out before we were ever here at Warplane Studios. I mean, I had two other businesses. I had two different production companies. And then Sean, I mean, Sean's worked with me. Holla at getting the taxes done a couple days ago, because guess what? Filing extensions is a real thing. The day of. Anyways, but
heck yeah.
So that whole thing, like I've never filed taxes for a company, and that was my first year doing it. It was crazy. It was a lot of stuff. I mean, I had no idea. Who knew? I mean, I grew up around my mom, who she was always doing like everything was a write-off. You know, all the different things of finances for a company, and I never really understood until I had a company, and it's like, it's a write-off if you keep track of it and you're talking about business and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know how we got onto this, but anyways, all of that to say, so like before working here, I had worked as a freelancer and a business owner with a bunch of independent contractors, stuff like that. And through doing all of that, I think that one of the things that I learned is that I can have the knowledge and whatever, but the only way that I'll really excel and really scale is going to be by knowing people and networking with people,
right?
Especially in the creative industry. I think that networking is probably more valuable in the creative industry than probably any other industry. It's not saying that it's not important. It's definitely still important. But I would say that in the creative industry, it's like exponentially important, just because it's such a small, tight-knit community, and everybody knows everybody in this community. I mean, odds are I could meet a new creative person, specifically in the church world, and there's other friends that we have in common, even if I've never met this person in my life.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yep.
Like all the time. I mean, I have some like specific friends that I can think of that literally everybody knows them. It's like everyone, like Bruce. Bruce was on here.
Brucey.
Yeah. Bruce was on here a couple weeks ago, and everyone knows Bruce. Everyone knows Bruce.
Everyone knows Bruce.
Everyone. And so that's one of the crazy things is I think networking is the way that people are going to grow and expand inside the creative industry.
Yeah. And I know that we were actually talking to Josh, a really amazing business partner. And one of the things that I took away from our conversation earlier is helping you guys, helping the listeners, helping the viewers of the Broke Creatives podcast. Because Jarrett, I'm excited for this next season that we're gonna start touching on, and that's the network piece and understanding who to network with, how to network, how not to be nervous when you go to the trade shows and the shows, the productions. Who do you need to connect with to get you from point A to point B?
Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. That's who the Broke Creatives podcast is to be here for you guys and to encourage the mess out of you. Yes, you, because we want everyone to grow exponentially.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Josh was talking about is that he said that especially in the creative industry, a lot of people love to go talk about all of the cool new gadgets and gear and all of the things.
The flux capacitors and the PSI and the tubes that go into the Holly drenchers and anyways.
I don't even know what to say to you. All that to say, so like people love to talk about all of the cool new things and all of the technology. And I think a lot of creatives hide behind that as a shield almost to where they can like, oh, this is a good conversation starter. Yeah. But they get so like comfortable with talking about that they don't actually know how to talk to people about like building relationships a lot of the times. And I think that that's going to be a thing that people are going to have to shift in fairly quickly, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I've been thinking about lately is there's something about you. If it's me, if it's Jarrett, there's something about you that people need. And so there's always going to be a moment where you are curious about, am I good enough at this project? Am I doing this? Do I have the best video equipment? Do I, whatever it may be, it's always going to come down to asking who. It's not how it can get done, but it's about the network that you put yourself in to help you succeed.
Yeah.
And so just tying that in, it's just, you have to be willing. I think that's where my mind is right now, is you have to be willing to ask.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, it's okay to ask.
Yeah.
That kind of tying it back to a couple of our last episodes is the next step. And so, I mean, with that, Jarrett, what is kind of going back to the unpopular opinion? I know that was kind of all over the place, but yeah, welcome to Sean's brain. It's just all over the place. It's just like bubbles, 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 bubbles. And then it connects all together. But anyways, yeah.
I'm glad your brain works that way, because I can promise you not everybody's works that way.
Yes, I know, Jarrett. You've always told me that.
And am I right?
100%.
100% what?
Right.
What right? Sorry, I just needed to get him to say it right. Anyways.
No, that's okay. But yeah, so just tying it back into the... I'm getting comfortable over here. It's great. We're enjoying today.
I'm still
awesome.
mad that you shot this thing at me.
It's okay. Your arm's a little red.
No, what?
It's red.
Yeah. Anyways.
Tying it back into cutting all seriousness, cutting all silliness out right now. Let's transition back, Jarrett. This is great. I love it. Jumping back to the unpopular opinion. We did everything this week with the equipment that we have, and obviously the stuff that we have isn't built to do live broadcasts, the things that we are used to experiencing and the access to equipment that we have in the past. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
We don't have that equipment to make what we did this week happen.
But we
But
still
did it
made
stop
something
us?
epic happen.
But we impacted lives.
Yeah.
We connected with hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And not just people, but families, clients, literally everybody that came into the studio this week. We built a network based on what we have.
Yeah.
And it didn't even matter what equipment we had. Jarrett, why are you laughing at me? I'm trying to make a point here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, everybody. We're kind of loosey-goosey because it's going to be great.
Everything has been so loosey-goosey the last couple of days because blessed are the flexible, for they shall bend and not break. Is something like that, right?
Jarrett, what are your thoughts on growth begins at the end of your comfort zone?
Yeah, I think that there's so many times that I've had to step out of my comfort zone, especially like one of the things that's going to super challenge me is in the next couple weeks, we're going to Mexico.
Yeah.
And I have to speak for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how much I do not want to speak in front of people. I don't want to speak in front of people. It's going to drive me nuts. I mean, Sean, you have to speak too, but I
yes. Yes. Thank you for just now telling me.
Yeah, no, you have a whole company presentation. But anyways,
Let's do it.
The speaking in front of people personally for me drives me nuts. Honestly, like even starting the podcast, that was stepping out of my comfort zone. But I already know that I've personally received growth from just doing this podcast, and I've helped other people. So it's been crazy to really see, I think, that, and for example, the event that we just had this weekend, it was all about like speaking up and using your voice that God gave you to actually go and help people and like cause transformation, not just, having a conversation, but actually transforming people through what you have to say. And I think that that's one of the things, even listening to that through the event this weekend, was that I do have a voice and people do have, they want to actually hear what I have to say. They want to hear what you have to say, stuff like that. That was my comfort zone in stepping out of it, because I would love to sit behind the camera all day long. I would love it. It would be fantastic. And I think that that's where a lot of creatives, they're introverts. They're super introverts. We could go to trade shows all day long and look at all the cool shiny toys and all the new lights and all the things.
Yeah.
But naturally, they all want to stay in their comfort zone, go see it, and then go and hide in a corner.
Right.
That's the way a lot of creatives are. And I think that that's going to be the stepping stone that people are going to take, is getting out of their comfort zone if they want to grow. And I think that that's, like I said, we've done all the things. We've freelanced, we've had companies, whatever, and we've made money. Like we've made, decent money going and outside of doing that. We were on staff, obviously, at the church for a while. There's all kinds of different stuff we've done, but it's like taking that next step, because all of the creatives right now, like you don't have to be a broke creative. There's a lot of broke creatives that are living paycheck to paycheck. They're just doing all the things just to get by and don't understand that they have the capability of not just being mediocre, essentially. And I think that one of the crazy things is, as soon as a creative person realizes that they can make money by selling what they know and their knowledge instead of selling a task or a service, is when they're going to level up completely. Yeah.
No, I fully agree. And one of the biggest things that I've honestly learned this week is that sometimes those decisions are hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes the decisions that you make, you get so caught up in the what ifs.
Yep.
What if this happens?
Yeah.
What if I say this and this happens? The transition piece for me was when I learned how to, like you were saying, Jarrett, get out of my comfort zone and thinking about the what ifs.
Yeah.
And just being in the moment and understanding how to communicate, when to communicate, who to communicate to, and who to connect with, really. I can't stress it enough, it's the network.
Yeah.
And I will always say it. If I didn't know Jarrett, I don't know where I would be. Like, I know I'm praising Jarrett, whatever. But seriously, the network, just from the ripple effect from knowing Jarrett, a Bruce, a Brandon Zabel, like all of the people that we've connected with throughout the years have all led to something.
Yeah.
And so getting stuck in the what ifs, getting stuck on those decisions of not knowing, it's going to not just hold you up, but it's going to stop you from marketing like your knowledge and your skill set.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because if that's the case, you're always going to divert back to your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I think that's the main point I was trying to make, Jarrett, is
Yeah.
when you can't get past yourself,
Yeah.
you always want to divert back to that camera
Yeah.
or back to that fancy equipment
Yeah.
that makes the job easier.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like saying it, you don't need the equipment to market your skill set.
That's good.
Because it goes back to that. I mean, I'll leave it right there.
Well, and I think also too is like, once you're able, like I said, once you're able to sell what you know, not what you do, is going to be a complete paradigm shift. But also it's bringing around the right who's. I think that that's, and I talked about that, I think like the last 3 episodes, and this isn't even the episode to talk about it.
Exactly.
I actually want to dive into it a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm reading this book still called Who Not How, and it's a fantastic book. But I think one of the crazy things is that when you identify who you want around you to help build those doing the thing, and you don't have to focus on doing all, like if you're not passionate about something, obviously at the start you're going to have to do it. But like think about if you leveled up, like if there were 5 levels of a creative. Level 1 is you're running and gunning by yourself. You're just doing the thing, but not able to really teach people, coach people, train people, anything like that. You're just running and gunning. Level 2 is you're able to start contracting people, bringing other people around you because you have that network, you have that leadership capability, but you're not necessarily like running a huge business and coaching people, and you're still doing the thing. You're still hands-on. So you're hands-on on both of those. If you're hands-off, maybe by level 3, you're able to actually bring on a person.
Right.
Bring on a production assistant that's part-time that can help you kind of manage some of the stuff. You're able to start delegating them out to do things to where you can show up to a job and actually just be there to supervise. You could be the production coordinator. Level 4 is you're able to actually have full-time staff to where you're casting vision more than you're actually doing the work. And you have people in place that are actually able to just do the work. You're still a little bit hands off, but you're not completely like gone out of it. You're still in it a little bit. And then level 5 is you're actually having a whole business. Imagine if you were able to take your vision or a client's vision, something like that, and you're able to completely translate it over to your employees, and then you don't even have to look at it again until you show up to an event. Yeah. Like there's all of these different levels, and I think that everybody is somewhere inside of that. They just have to identify it and then figure out the steps to get from level 2 to level 3 and level 3 to level 4. There's all of these steps, and we're actually going to dive into that very quickly. But anyways, I think it's going to be good.
Before we transition, it always goes back to, I think we said this in a couple other episodes, but it's just the simple fact of if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, finish it, Jarrett.
You go together.
There it is. You go together. And so getting those people on your team with you, by your side, and not just that, but sharing those skills. Having the ability to like not be afraid of the what if, not be afraid of, oh, they're going to take my position. Just be ready.
I'm not going to lie. I always had that fear. It scared me to train people how to do my job.
It scares the mess out of you. Beep. Yes.
Until I realized that I could train people up to do the things that I was doing because I was made for more. I was made for more instead of just doing that simple task, but I was actually like built to teach people and to coach people how to do things and how to help people learn how to change lives and all of that through their production skills. When I realized I was made for more to do that than just being the button pusher. Completely mind changing. But anyways, hey, we have to land the plane because we got to get things going. We have a lot of work to do.
But Jarrett, so I'm excited. We're excited. We are truly excited to help you guys grow. And we are actually going to accelerate our vision for the Broke Creatives.
It's going to be crazy.
We're super excited. And so Jarrett, do you want to share a little bit about what the website offers, what we have going on currently,
Yeah. Hey, guess what?
Social
we have merch,
media.
and it's getting printed already. So it's already coming.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to be
Yes.
sporting the hats and stuff like that. And then guess what?
Yeah.
It is a low of 38 degrees on Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
So with that being said, I think we need hoodies or bomber jackets or something. Anyways,
Yes.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
thank you guys so much for
like and
joining
subscribe
us.
for sure.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe. If you're on the audio, come check out the YouTube.
Yeah, check out the YouTube. Hey, send it to like 3 people. We also have Instagram reels and stuff like that. Go on and like comment 2 of your friends that you think need to hear one of the reels. There's a lot of really cool things that are on there. We've had some cool guests so far. We have some cool ones coming, some very cool ones coming. But I would just say go on there and comment. Like just comment a couple people. We need to figure out how to do like a giveaway or something. Come hang out at the studio. We'll film some stuff. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But all that to say, thanks for watching. I think it's gonna be crazy how much this thing is gonna help people, and that's the goal. Is I want to just help people. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, follow
Thank you
us.
guys so much.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you later.
See ya.